Karaoke streams and sharing song covers of your favorite songs can be a fun way to get to know other fans in the community. That's how I got started in making YouTube videos and learning about VTubing from that. But if you're new to the scene, it might be a bit difficult to know where to find the song without the vocals to use for your cover videos, streams, or even just at home for a quick karaoke party. Curious to know where YouTubers and streamers find instrumental tracks for their song covers? I'm Felynne, and I've been making vocal covers of Japanese idol and anime songs, as well as K-pop songs on YouTube for quite some time. I also help out with staff roles in the V-Singer and the Utaite communities. I'll break down some places to find existing instrumentals, how to make your own or commission a remake, as well as things to watch out for such as file quality, BPM differences, and song rights. My recommendations would be more towards Japanese and Korean pop songs, but there are definitely some overlaps for songs in other languages too. The easiest solution on finding karaoke tracks is if they already exist in the first place. But that usually only applies to popular songs. Still, these places should still be the ones to check out first before diving deeper into search results. The best-ish scenario is if the artists themselves already provide the instrumental in the single or album that the song is featured in. I say ish because we'll get to copyright concerns later on, but it can't get easier than this if the instrumental is already provided to you on a silver platter. I love how Starto entertainment groups like West and Naniwa Danshi include these in the physical releases of their singles, but also very angry that they don't provide it in the digital releases, like on streaming sites. You'll see terms like original karaoke, off-vocal version, or instrumental as a part of the song title, and these all mean the same thing. Specific to Vocaloid songs, some producers will offer their off vocals on a site called Pia Pro, or link it directly to the description of the music video. You can potentially even get a variety of gifts such as non-mastered versions, key changes, MIDI stem files that split out the different instruments for better vocal mixing, and even other goodies like green screen video files for you to remake the music video in your style. Indie composers may also do the same for their works. Just double check the usage terms for the files. And then there are fan-created off-vocal and karaoke tracks. There are many large karaoke channels on YouTube, and they offer a wide category of fully recreated tracks. Some may have a MIDI line that plays the melody, and then you have to contact the channel owner to ask for a no melody line version. For example, Uta Chao has a whole shop where you can buy individual tracks with or without the melody line, as well as any key change needs for only around $7 USD per song. It's not a bad option because you'll also get the okay to use the instrumental in live performances and venues, CDs, and even on TV and radio broadcasts. Try to search up the song name plus the word karaoke in the original language of the song to get the best attempt at results. For example, Kitto Daijobu by Arashi plus the katakana for karaoke will get you some good results. For K-pop songs, you can also add the term clean instrumental as a part of your search query because there tends to be more videos that have the vocals ripped out and are called instrumentals still. But sometimes you'll still hear the singer's voice echoing in the back like a timid ghost. Ooh. There are also karaoke apps that you can use to sing to an instrumental. Smule is a very popular one on mobile and offers a lot of user-submitted karaoke tracks to songs. You might even find lesser popular songs on there as long as there is at least one single dedicated fan who's maintaining the discography on it. You're able to add effects and sing directly to the music, but a lot of the features are paywalled, like hosting collabs with others. And I also remember the pricing being really wild without first-time discounts. And it's relatively difficult to export your recordings out of the app if you want to save it or use it elsewhere. And then if you want the Japanese karaoke experience at home, you can use JoySound on the Switch. There are some hurdles in setting it up as it's only available in the Japanese eShop, but it's free. However, it's subscription-based and not with the Nintendo Switch Online service. They do often offer a couple of days of free usage, so that's a way to bypass the payment system if you can't switch your account to the JP eShop or have access to JPY gift cards or credit cards. There's also the Steam version of the JoySound app, but that is region-locked only to Japan as of this video's release. I really wish they can figure out a way to release it globally as it is meant for streaming use, which is really nice. And if you're in the market for a home karaoke machine like Mama deRouge, they often come with a catalog of songs like the Korean TJ Media ones. But in order to stay up to date with the latest releases, I believe you'll need to have a commercial grade one, which might be a bit difficult to get, though the home karaoke versions already come with a huge selection of classics if that's more your thing. I don't know if it's only the ones that Mama deRouge gets, but they break pretty often as well, so I would say the lifespan of one would probably be around 2 to 3 years. If you can't seem to find the instrumental track for the song you want to sing, and you've exhausted all the possible sources of searching for one, and you really wanted to cover that 6th song from the 2nd album that was released 5 years ago and they never sung it live except for that one fan recording that you heard from a meetup, then it might be best to consider commissioning a custom instrumental remake. Now, before you ask for an exact replica of an original song, you might want to consider commissioning something that's a little bit unique. After all, this will be a custom order, meaning you can think about the ways to alter it to suit your vocals and style preference. Everyone plus their mothers have already heard Happy Birthday being sung along to a piano. But what about a dubstep 2010s vibe? If you struggled singing the rap section in the original version of Stone's Navigator, maybe ask to remove it, or maybe remake it in a slower tempo. This will cost a little bit extra than if you're just asking for a direct replica, but this might be fun to do once in a while as you can definitely stand out a little bit more from the crowd of other cover artists on social media, if that's your thing. Finding someone to do the instrumental remake might be a little bit challenging though. Where on earth do you even start looking? I've had pretty good luck working with several Fiverr instrumental remakers in the past. If you're looking for J-pop music, then using the JP equivalent of Fiverr called Coconala can be an alternative. Otherwise, you can also look around in the community and see if others have commissioned a custom instrumental for their videos, because their video description most likely will provide a credit to the remaker, and then you can see if you can contact them through the social media provided. Instrumental remakers can come in a variety of price ranges, depending on how many instruments the remake needs and the complexity of the original song. If you're on a tighter budget, maybe go for a piano remake or a 4-instrument consisting of something like drums, electric guitar, bass, and piano, as those can usually cover up most pop music songs. Sometimes you can see several price tiers within these price ranges, like whether or not you have commercial rights to the remake, whether the instrumental stems are provided, or if you want them to mix your vocals into the track after you've done recording. Be sure to provide the original song, what you'll be using it for, as well as any details you want to be adjusted for the remake in your first message to get the best quote. You can also shop around for the same song because each remaker has strengths and weaknesses depending on the genre, and you probably won't know the pricing until the quote is more finalized. There's also vocal removers that you can use that are built into mixing software and other web apps like BandLab. These are constantly improving over time, and they can even split out different instruments or remove the instruments entirely and leave just the vocals if you want to practice with that or hear the harmonies better. You will probably run into more troubles using these ones for horizontal videos, which I'll explain in a bit. Once you have your hands on a Happy Birthday instrumental track that you're proud of, there are some things that you will have to be careful about. Even if it's packaged as part of the original artist's CD, there are cases when the instrumental speed, or BPM, varies ever so slightly from the on-vocal version. So there's two camps of song coverists: those who record with the on-vocal version of the song so they can listen along to the original singer, and those who record to the instrumental track so they can focus on their own performance of the song. Neither one is better. I'm not saying one is better over the other, but for vocalists like me who like to use the on-vocal version, it will suck if you don't compare the song BPM before recording your lines, and only after you start mixing the song. And this difference might not even last throughout the track, and it may vary depending on how the instrumental is exported. You'll find this issue more frequent in remake versions of the song because that's dependent on how the remaker sets up their project files. This is a piece of information that you would want to ask for during the final delivery of the instrumental remake if you're commissioning one. On YouTube, there are different copyright systems for shorts and horizontal videos. What I find is shorts is actually more lenient on what can be used for the instrumental track because YouTube has an agreement with the music right holders to share a part of that revenue that they get. Live streams can potentially be stopped during a stream if the music you use is copyrighted, while if you upload a video with the same song, it might be okay. Again, with the ad revenue being sent to the music rights holder instead. Your best bet is to see whether there are other singers who covered the song already on YouTube. But that's not a foolproof way to confirm if a song is okay, as they may have directly obtained rights to use the music, which can be a long process. You can use sites like Jaserac to check the usage rights of Japanese songs, but those are mostly directed to those who reside in Japan or are a part of a Japanese corporation. This is why you do not see any HoloLive talents ever sing the popular Vocaloid song Magnet. it is prohibited. And some producers do not want you to alter the song in any way, including cutting the song short, adjusting the lyrics, or even making trans lyrics over it. I believe that was an issue I had to look out for when I was in a Japanese VTuber agency. Meanwhile, I know that a lot of K-pop fans like to make English cover versions of their favorite NCT songs, so And while some artists allow you to use their instrumentals, or for channels providing remakes, they might require you to properly list them or provide a link to the original source in the description. Or you'll need to comment on their video saying that you've used it somewhere. Some go as far as having you to submit a Google form and emailing them, while many politely just prefer that you mention their name in the credits and don't have to notify them directly. They did not want those messages and pings. And file quality can drastically vary between sources. If you only need it for karaoke, then I would say even an MP3 file or playing the song directly from the YouTube video player would be a fine choice. However, if you want to work with audio mixers and making a more polished song cover, then many mixers prefer lossless WAV files over a lossy MP3. Even better if you have the non-mastered or non-mixed versions of the track, but a majority of the mixers in the VTuber singing community can sadly work with mastered files, as usually there's no alternative to it. Whether you're belting out in the bathroom or are preparing to perform your first live concert, I hope these tips will help you out. Feel free to leave any questions you might have that I might have missed in the video. If you like watching this video, check out this one about how I make music cover shorts, or this one that's recommended for you. I stream pack openings for TCGs like Pokemon on Twitch, and if you want to support the channel, consider joining the membership or other ways listed in the description box below. Bye for now!